Me, right? There's no sound.
Yeah, okay. The moral of the story is what I want you to see, because what we work with in the meditation is that tube torus pattern. And Max Planck is the founder of quantum physics, and what he has found with modern science and the ability to measure little tiny, teeny tiny things like quantum physics, atoms, is that every single thing in the known universe, from the finite, right, or from the microcosm, the tiny, the atoms, to the gross, to the earth itself, Gaia, she flows in the tube torus pattern, a tree flows in that pattern, we flow in that pattern, the universe flows in that pattern. So what we're really paying attention to today is our own frequency pattern. So we've been talking a lot about this over the last few weeks, but like I was just telling the yoga class, whenever I go to the grocery store, my husband's like, put on your gloves, put on your mask. And I do, because I'm smart, but I'm really not scared of this virus, and I'm not naive. I know it's real. I know it's happening. I know it's making people very sick, but it's also spiritual warfare. Like, I've been getting emails from a friend who's a naturopathic doctor, and it's really working on things like, it's working really well. The virus is working really well with cortisol and adrenaline. So once we're in the fear pattern, we're way more susceptible. That's being proven, like scientifically proven. And then it's also like in the pineal gland. The pineal gland is our third eye. It doesn't work that well on most of us because we're on a fluoride diet. It's calcified. But this is our intuition, where we connect to the divine, and it makes melatonin. And here's the other thing that's weird about this virus. It works really well on people with super depleted melatonin. So people with a closed third eye. So it's spiritual warfare. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy theory or anything like that, but I'm just saying the stronger our spirit, the stronger our frequency, the more immune we are. And this is not just the world according to Jamie. This is based on these articles I'm reading, deep medical journals about melatonin, as well as cortisol and adrenaline, right? So how do we combat a virus that seems to attack our spiritual body? Is we change the frequency we're in, right? So we're going to move into the green Tara, which is the prescription of the Dalia Lama. That's what he wants us to chant. That moves us in a frequency where we're no longer susceptible. And the way I always think about it, some of you have heard me say this a million times, but I think of it like an earthquake. I think structurally engineering, right? You can have a building that looks really well built next to a total jalopy building, and the really well built building goes down in the earthquake while the jalopy stands up. Why is that? Frequency, right? You have to resonate with the earthquake to go down. So the virus, you have to resonate with the virus to go down. What's its resonance? Fear. What's the mainstream media doing to us right now? Fear porn, right? You get it? So we have to pull ourselves out of the lizard brain, that easy way we just drop into fear so fast. It's super addictive because we seek new experiences. That's the human brain. Then we get addicted to new experiences. Fear is amazingly stimulating. As a result, it's a new experience. It's amazingly triggering and amazingly addictive. And then we find ourselves staring at the screen, absorbing the fear porn all day long, right? And then what happens? We break down our own immunity. We pull ourselves into the frequency that the virus loves, okay? So we're going to spend the next 20 minutes pulling ourselves into the frequency that the virus cannot touch, the frequency of love, okay? So that was, close your eyes, and we watch that tube torus video because we work with it, because we change our frequency by moving through our whole energy field. So you saw in that video that bright light in the center of the tube torus flow. That's your heart. That's your heart chakra. So bring the tip of your right middle finger to your heart. It's right at armpit height, right in the center of the chest. And there's usually, on 99% of people, a little indent in the chest plate right at the heart chakra. It's like exactly finger size. So stick the tactile connection to your heart. Stick your right finger on your heart. And again, I'm wearing my heart necklace from Erica, from Hitchcock. I'm wearing my love shirt, no accidents, right? and I have a bracelet here that says love, to constantly remind myself. Every time these are visual triggers, like string on a finger to remind me to attune my own frequency. So close your eyes. And start to take your breath, open the crown of the head. You saw that tube torus, and start to take the breath right into the heart. Let that breath flow, luminous and viscous. Every inhale goes into the heart, and oxygen to a flame, the light gets brighter in the heart. And then start to attune to the frequency of love. And how do you do that? Especially sometimes if you're really in the fear pattern or anger pattern or in opposition to love at the opposite end of pole, is start to imagine something for which you feel a really pure sense of love, right? The eyes of your children or your parents or your partner, or, you know, pets are so safe because there's no karmic baggage with pets, no stories, usually just really pure love. Or maybe it's place. Maybe there's somewhere you go that, like, you go, you just know your spirit's at home. You love that place so much. So maybe it's place. Start to imagine and tune into something that really helps you to feel that really pure emotion of love, that really high vibration of love. Every inhale pulls into the heart. I actually see the word love in my heart, sort of like words on a marquee, right? And then every time I inhale that word love and it's on my shirt, lights up. Feel like as you tune into feeling love, feel it as a warmth that radiates from your heart center. Feel it move to your shoulders, to your solar plexus. And we'll start to add in the exhale. You inhale, open the crown of the head, receive the breath as light in the center of the chest. Light up the frequency of love, attune to it, feel that emotion. Send the exhale up through central channel and out and around. You guys saw that tube torus pattern. You saw how it flows. So ride that with your breath. The second inhale both lifts and descends. It comes up from the center of the earth, down from the heavens, lights up the heart with love, with that frequency. And the exhale goes out and around. When I'm doing this breath work too, I'm usually saying love, like love, 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 constantly repeating the word, reminding my mind of the vibration I'm attuning to. Into the heart, attune to the frequency. Exhale, go clean up your whole energy pattern, imprint the new frequency of the higher vibration on the morphic field around you. And think of it as like a cocoon. Right when your morphic field is really strong, you're in this like protective cocoon. So imagine, right, that as you exhale, that golden divine light around you, see yourself sort of in a golden, a luminous, a light cocoon. Feel it on the surface of the skin. Inhaling into the heart. Wherever the mind goes, the heart is in freedom. The heart is in a surrendered state of trust. The mind is the only one that gets pulled out. And then exhale, really project the energy of the divine manifesting you up, out and around. Right? Feel into the edges of the energy body. Maybe it's 6 to 15 feet. And it goes down into the earth underneath you. And then that inhale comes up through central channel, down from the divine into the heart, lighting up the frequency of love. Exhale, send it out and around, imprint it on the morphic field around you and create that really protective layer. Your love force field out and around you. And I'll be silent now. I think you guys have the hang of the breath. If not, feel free to send me a chat and ask for a little bit more description, but just close your eyes and stay with that breath. Working, again, I am going to stop talking so you can work in silence, but really working with light. One of the most liberating things one of my teachers ever told me was imagination and intention are as good as the real thing, because as the third eye is opening, a lot of times we don't see light. We need to imagine it. And that's so liberating because it's as powerful. Imagining it is as powerful as if the third eye is opening, you're actually seeing it. Doesn't matter. And if you want to add in the mudra, again, a mudra is like a sigil. It's like a living thing that imprints on the feel around us. Inhale, thumbs in, Namaste, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, up and out and around. Inhale. Exhale. The exhale explodes the breath as that brilliant, luminous cocoon. The palms come down, back together, and then the inhale rises the palms to the heart. Wait for your exhale to explode the frequency of love as light out and around you. Bring the palms together, right hand on top. Inhale, thumbs to heart center. We work linearly, but imagine this working spherically at 360 degrees. And my focus is on the breath and working through that tube torus pattern. I still have the word love, love, love playing like a background tape in my head. Let the palms rest in the thighs and just feel, observe, like on the surface of the skin and the heart center. hopefully a sense of calm, a sense of freedom. Keep the breath moving through the tube torus, no reason to let that go. Inhale through central channel, flooding the heart. Tuning into the frequency of love and sending the exhale out and around the perimeter of your energy body. So we're going to move into chanting the green Tara. Like I was saying, this is the Dalia Lama's prescription, and I always laughed in class. It's not like the Dalai Lama is making shit up, right? If he says this is the mantra that pulls us into the frequency that does not resonate with the fear pattern being created by the virus and the virus itself, it's because he knows what he's talking about, right? So I always say, I know in the studio most people are too shy to chant, but you're home. And chanting is so powerful. Receiving the mantra, being really open and receptive to the mantra is good, but actually opening your fifth chakra and chanting yourself is exponentially 6,000 times more powerful, more potent. And since we're using this mantra as medicine, definitely hope, and you don't have anyone at home to hear you, I hope you'll chant, right? You'll have it. You'll have this mantra after about 3 rounds. So you're on mute. No one can hear you. Feel free to join in whenever you're ready. Just close your eyes. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Soha. Pause. Feel the vibration, feel that frequency. Feel how it resonates through the body, feel it on the cellular, the DNA level, deepen. Come back to cocooning with the breath. We were saying the other thing that's really beautiful about cocooning is, first of all, it's kind of like, we all know the airplane analogy, put on your own mask first. So make sure you're really attuned to the frequency of love and you feel it, really feel it radiating through your heart center, and you can start to send your cocoon out and around to other people. You can cocoon your family. You can cocoon your community. I've been working a lot with my parents, of course, because they're 78. My mom has bad lungs, which puts them in a not so great category for this virus. So I've been working a lot at cocooning my parents. So feeling the vibration of love, feeling the vibration of the prescription of the green Tara, Om Tare Tutare Ture Sawa. If you have your own life mask on, if you feel attuned to the frequency of love, then start to send your breath out and around to other people and start to send the mantra out and around to other people. You can cocoon the entire planet, your entire country, however you want to work this, how powerful your vibration feels. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Imagine the own people in your life that you love, right? That may be more on this more susceptible end. Imagine them in the cocoon, a combination of your own soul and theirs, right? And send the mantra right to them. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Close your eyes, feel the vibration, come back to the breath. Every inhale, love. Every exhale, send out and around. And I think, the thing is, a lot of our parents, people in the more susceptible generation, they're not doing this kind of work. But here's the coolest thing about the morphic field. You really can do it for them. You really can. It's a hive mind thing. It's the way quantum physics works. We're all super connected in this field. So you can do the work for them. They're not going to do it for themselves. You can do it for the planet. Most people aren't going to do it for themselves. But again, put on your own face mask first. Make sure you're really in the frequency of love before you start spreading yourself around, right? And when you feel that warmth in the heart, when you feel that vibration of love. So take this with you. I recorded it.